Little Dean Martin this morning. That song that I started with, "You're Nobody Till Somebody Loves You," is actually the our wedding song. So kind of a fun song. I like that. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Welcome to June 18th, 2025. So at I think 4:50 this afternoon, something happened pretty cool. Or at least I think pretty cool. 60 years ago. Uh, my mother tells the story. This was back, right, when you could smoke in the hospitals. And the nurse that my mom had made friends with said, "Listen, if you don't have that baby by 5 o'clock, I'm leaving." Right. So I was born at 4:50, 4:55 in the afternoon. And yeah, they were out on a smoke break. The days of long ago. Hey, listen, I wanted to share with you a little bit this morning about Pinterest. Give you some ideas of why it might make sense to have your business and some content. It's all about content. It's all about how many places can you put your message so that it can be passively located, passively accessed. So we're going to go into Pinterest a little bit if you're not familiar with it. Again, another big reason to use Pinterest is it is a search engine. If you're building your digital business, if you're building your side hustle, Pinterest is passive traffic. It's a passive traffic engine that compounds. While other platforms rely on you showing up daily, posting, going live, making reels, Pinterest turns your content into searchable, long life assets that attract. We talk about it all the time. Make money while you sleep. Well, Pinterest can attract people while you're asleep, drives opt-ins to your lead magnet, builds brand credibility via visual authority, right? Talking about the five senses. There's people who are auditory, visual. There's people who are tactile. Pinterest is one of those visual tools that you can use. It creates multiple doorways for your content. What's multiple doorways? Well, you've got IG, right? The gram, you've got LinkedIn, you've got email list, you've got YouTube. Again, a multiple way. One of the things that, just to give you an idea, before I had a before I had a little bit better than average, not, huge numbers. One of my largest speaking gigs came from a 2-minute video on YouTube. And I wasn't really promoting YouTube. I wasn't really pushing YouTube. I really didn't put a whole lot of content on YouTube. But a 2-minute video that said, conversations create momentum. That produced about a $60,000 income for me. I didn't anticipate it to do that, yet it did it. So put it out there. Put the content out there. So the power behind Pinterest, the real data, over 480 million active monthly users. 80% of weekly users have discovered a new brand or product on Pinterest. 80% of weekly users. So take 480 times 7, and then 80% of them. That's a lot. I found a new brand or product on Pinterest. Pins last 6 to 12 months, not 6 to 12 hours like IG or TikTok. 6 to 12 months your pins can last. It's one of the few platforms where non-followers, listen carefully, here's a big one. How many of you have ever heard people say, well, my friends aren't seeing my content, right? My friends aren't seeing my content. How do I get a new audience? You want to know how you get a new audience? It's one of the few platforms where non-followers see your content first. I think just for that alone might be a huge reason why you would want to activate your Pinterest account. So strategic advantage. There's not very many people on Pinterest who say these words. I gotta fix the algorithm. I gotta flow with the algorithm. You stop chasing the algorithm. Pinterest's algorithm favors evergreen, helpful content over constant posting. Listen to that. Stop chasing the algorithm. Pinterest's algorithm favors evergreen, helpful content over constant posting. Geez, listen, I'd say it's the lazy man's support system, or lazy woman. We'll be politically correct. We'll include everyone. You attract instead of pitch, right? Because of their algorithm, they show content to non-followers faster than they do to followers. Content is solution-based, not personality-based. They're not searching for a personality, they're searching for the solution. So what is the solution that you provide? What is the solution that that's unique to you? What is it that you do so well? You get search exposure in both Pinterest, here's the key, and Google. Yes, pins show up in a Google search. Right? You build long-term brand depth, and every pin is a digital footprint that leads back to your funnel. Every pin is a digital footprint that could lead back to your article or your call to action. Right? I mean, I don't know if nobody's ever told you this, but it is a powerful tool. Pinterest is your passive attraction platform. While IG builds connection, LinkedIn, we talked about that yesterday, builds credibility, and email builds conversation. Pinterest builds your pipeline. It gives you search visibility, low pressure brand growth, and compound interest on your content. So if you're serious, or if you have a desire to build a sustainable 5-figure, 6-figure income from digital sales or social marketing, this platform is your quiet workhorse. Okay? So now, let's talk about how this idea of Pinterest can help you create your success. Let's talk about some basics. Let's talk about some strategies. So pick 3 content buckets. What are the main lanes your audience, your avatar searches for? From the side hustle, the wellness brand, the buckets might be work from home tips, health and energy hacks, how to start a side hustle that actually pays. These are just examples. What are the 3 buckets? If you were to pick 3 things that your business model does well, that you do well, that working with you would achieve for them, what would be 3 things? Each board equals 1 searchable niche. So niche it down, right? They say the rich is in the niche. So what is the niche that you do? What are the 3 buckets that you're going to build in? Make a board for each content bucket. Now, if you don't know what a board is in Pinterest, Google it. I'm not here to teach you how to build a board. This isn't a Pinterest class. This is a sales training on why Pinterest is a valuable resource for you and for your business model. Okay, so number 1, 3 buckets, 3 boards. You can build 3 boards. Number two, create SEO rich pin graphics using Canva. That's the easy one. That's the one that most people know. If you use another graphic tool, you have that available to you. So every pin, listen carefully, every pin is a clickable gateway to your offer or to your article. This is tech stuff. This is tech stuff. So you can come back and watch the recording. Be at a 2 to 3 ratio. Now, this is for this image size, right? The pixels, 1,000 by 1,500 is the max. That's, you want to have a picture. You see sometimes in Facebook where it's the picture is this and it's got it's got to fill in the blanks on the side, or it doesn't quite fit in all the way, or so the graphic size for Pinterest is 1,000 by 1,500 pixels. Use bold, readable titles, right? Because you can still scroll on Pinterest. Link it to a lead magnet. Link it to a blog. Something that you have that takes them from that image, that passive new audience who's like, oh, that's cool. Don't have what my mentor calls throwaway content. You spend all this time building a graphic. You spend all this time putting up this cool thing, and it looks good and it gets a lot of action, but it gets no traction. See, a lot of people are getting a lot of action. They're not getting any traction because there's no place for people to go. I would encourage you from today on, if you post something somewhere, you are not Google, you are not the dictionary, you are not the news, you are in business, and it would serve you well to drive people into a place to where you can collect their content, their eyeballs, something, so that you can begin to build your community, build your list, build your business, build your sales. Drive people someplace, give them something. So got to have a lead, a tripwire, got to have a lead magnet, same thing. They're just different names for the same thing. Where are you sending people to that you can track that they went there? Because it doesn't do you any good to go put nice pictures or images or content or images of your product or images of your what do you call this thing back here? The supplement, your ingredient list. It doesn't do you any good to do all of that. Oh man, I want some of that. And then they can't go anywhere and get it. So you can even link it back to your IG post. You could link it to a Facebook page, Facebook link. You can put a hyperlink in any image and drive people to there when they click on it. Include keywords in the pin title and the pin description. One of the things that was drilled into my head on YouTube is title and tag, 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 title and tag. You write an article for Easy in Articles, title and tag, title and tag, title and tag. What is the title? What is the tag? What is the title? What is the tag? In your Pinterest, title and tag. Same thing with your YouTube videos or Facebook posts, title and tag. Your Facebook Lives, title and tag. Okay? Examples of titles for pins. How to start a side hustle without a huge following. 3-part DM strategy I used to book my first 5 calls. These are examples. Tired? These 5 natural energy boosters actually work. And then, so number 2 was create SEO, right? We talked about that in LinkedIn, search engine optimized, right? You can use it using Canva. Number 3 is build a weekly workflow. Now, there are tools out there that you can go buy, that you can spend all Sunday putting in your post and it'll update your posts. I'm not against that, the automated post updates. I am against you letting it create it all for you because it misses your words. If Wallace D. Waddell said it's not about doing certain things, it's about doing things in a certain way, It may have your voice, it may have your tone, but I can promise you, if you're not hands-on involved in it, it doesn't have your frequency. It just doesn't have your frequency. So 3 to 5 new pins. Each of these new pins should be linked to a blog or a LinkedIn article. This is why we talked about LinkedIn yesterday, so that you can go write a LinkedIn article, tag it to that. So you go from what Pinterest, some people call the touchy-feely platform, to the authority platform, LinkedIn. You kind of get both ends of the spectrum. Link it to a freebie lead magnet. Many of you can link it to a Google survey. If you've never created a Google Forms, you can go do a Google Forms where you actually fill out the thing and you create the questions and the answers, and it's all clickable. And you can require somebody's email. So, I don't have an email list. I don't have a way to gather their emails. Go create a Google form, a Google survey. You go into Google Forms and you would create a document. You can do 5 questions, 10 questions. Take this 7 question, usually odd is better, because the brain likes things to finish, and it's like, it draws attention to it. So take this 7 question survey to find out what your energy level is, to find out what your fill in the blank is. Right? 7 tips to a better international travel. Right? Simple things like this, but you can have this by doing this in a Google form. You can create a survey, then it creates an email list, because it puts it into it gathers their email and puts it into an Excel spreadsheet. An Instagram carousel or sales post, right? These are things you can link it to, right? And again, on Instagram, you can do a carousel that shows one post, multiple pictures, I think up to 10 pictures. And each one can have a little title on it. So that's why you want to build the weekly flow. This is the value of Pinterest. Now, you can use Pinterest's native scheduler or Tailwind. I don't know what Tailwind is, but Tailwind is a tool, evidently an app or something, that you can drip out these posts daily. Again, I am not a Pinterest expert. I'm just sharing with you why it's a valuable tool to help you in your sales and sales growth. So repurpose existing content. Number 4, if you already have a podcast, turn the episodes into pins. If you have IG posts, repin them as carousels. If you have lead magnets, promote them with free guide pins. Here's a free guide to international travel. Here's a free guide to losing the last 5 stubborn pounds. Here's a free guide to, right? So here's some pin title examples. Free guide, 3 scripts to book your first sales call. Pin image, compelling visual with bold type. Pin link goes back to your email opt-in or funnel page. It's a valuable tool that is, I think it's the unsung hero for many of us. Number 5, track what pin works. So you can check analytics weekly, monthly, what boards get saved. You can tell when people save boards. So you can't tell when people save, I don't think you can, when people save your Facebook post or take a screenshot of it. But you can tell when boards get saved, what pins drive traffic. Well, I don't know how to do this whole thing. Pinterest is doing the work for you. What links get clicks? Pinterest tracks that. Facebook doesn't tell me. They tell me how many likes I got. They tell me how many views I got. It doesn't tell me all who viewed it. It'll tell me who shared it. But it doesn't track what views get saved, what videos get saved, what pins drive traffic. Pinterest will do that. It is a great tool for the beginner who doesn't have analytic software that overrides all of these other tools. So some CTA ideas to use on Pinterest. Free download, watch this video, DM me with keyword, right? Click to read the full article, right? Then you send them to LinkedIn or LinkedIn or a blog post, right? So here's some bonus Pinterest SEO tactics. Use keywords in your board titles, your board titles and descriptions, because you can, when you make a board, it has you title the board and then give a description of that board, and then all of the pins in that board relate to that, right? So if you had a dream board, imagine Pinterest is your dream board, and you had travel, right? And you described why travel is important to you. Then, and you use SEO words that are specific to travel as an example. And then all of your photos in there would be the different places you've traveled, and you can give a description of what was the best memory, what was the thing you learned. All of these different things you can add to content you already have, right? So use keywords in your board titles, not just your pins, in your board titles and descriptions. Include keywords in every pin's file name, right? Keywords. So this is how you get it, how you rank up in Google, is you have words in your titles. You don't have throwaway space. You have words in your title that drive what people are searching for as it relates to your topic. You can add some alternate text and rich pin data. They call it rich pin data in blogging, and create a Pinterest business account for no fee. So you can have your personal and you can have your business. I remember when Pinterest came out. I'm not the biggest Pinterest fan. I'm probably going to be using it for some launches I have coming up. But I know I have multiple boards, and I think I have business accounts. So here's the mind shift. Don't treat Pinterest like a social media. Don't treat it like a social media account. Treat it like a Google. Treat it like a vision board. Here's the key. What's the thing we talk about all the time? What do we want our next video to do? What do we want our next blog to do? We want it to go viral. Pinterest isn't about going viral. It's about becoming findable. It's about becoming findable. Too many people are wanting to go viral. Why not start with becoming findable? Does that make sense? So, let's see here. So Pinterest is no longer just a DIY or recipe board. It's a powerhouse visual engine with evergreen content potential. Unlike Instagram or TikTok, whose content disappears in 48 hours, this hangs out there for 6 to 12 months. I'm just reading some more of my notes here. Boards, keywords, statistics, right? We talked about that. Set up the basics. You got access analytics, right? Create a Pinterest business account. It's free. You get access analytics. Claim your website or blog, right? Inside of Pinterest. You can get a unique URL. Upload a logo to create brand aligned visuals. I gave you the pixel size, content buckets. We got that. Post type. We did that. Yeah, so this is the PDF of that. So yeah, Pinterest is a cool idea. Scale plan, build a board strategy, 10 plus boards. Now, boards are the file folders inside your Pinterest. Now, this is a plan. So what would be, right? We're talking about start with three boards. I think you can have unlimited boards. I don't know. I know you can have a lot more than you think you can, than you think you could do. Pin constantly for 90 days. We hear that all the time, 90 days. the neat thing about Pinterest is, again, it shows your content to non-followers. Not because you're an influencer, because you're a solution-based conversation. Find one high converting lead magnet that works for you. If you don't have a lead magnet, you're going to have to create one, test it out. You can Google what works. There's somebody in your field, there's somebody already in your world who probably has a good lead magnet. You can R&D it, right? Research and development, or as we sometimes say, rip off and duplicate, right? And the key is to, if you're going to go put any effort into Pinterest or any of your social media platforms to go build your business, it's almost paramount. It's almost a necessity. You have someplace in your CTA, your call to action, that you send them someplace. Don't have throwaway content. Send them somewhere. So there's a little bit of a Pinterest conversation. And yeah, there you go. Questions, comments, thoughts, takeaways, take with you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. AJ in the house.
Happy sweet 16.
16th. Yes.
Happy birthday, man. We are, as Luis said, yes, we are celebrating you today. Thank you for everything you accomplished. Thank you for your success, because it kind of flows into us as well on a daily basis. Thank you for showing up every day. Thank you for making sure you're a superstar every day. And thank you for rubbing your outstandingness onto us from time to time. And whenever we need a pat on the back or a back scratch, you scratch our back more than we know and more than we appreciate. So thanks for showing up every day.
You are welcome, my friend. It's my privilege.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the next 60. Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Thank you for all my birthday wishes. Pinterest is one of those unsung valuable tools. And one of the things is that when people who get it and start to see it used and they start to use it, they almost feel as if they're, dare I say, cheating because of how absolutely phenomenal it works, how absolutely incredible it works. And they're like, why didn't somebody tell me about this sooner? Because it's kind of almost one of those things, people are like, this works so good, I don't want to tell anybody. And that's okay too. It is still around. It is wildly valuable and it grows. 480 million users on a weekly basis. That's more than a handful. Thoughts, comments, ask me anything, questions, comments. Okay, going once. Going twice. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. All right, Misfits. Well, there you go. Stunned you into silence.
This is a clear sign we're giving you.
Yeah.
Go have fun with your family.
They're still sleeping. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go out and check on the sheep. I'll go sing happy birthday to Anura.
You better wake Michelle up and say, well, where's my birthday pancakes this morning?
Now I got 2 words for you.
And they are happy birthday.
And they are.
Enjoy the day, brother. You're in it.
Thanks, man. Love you tons. Appreciate you. All right, let's go have some fun today. Listen, every day is a birthday. You get to wake up. You get to decide what will you birth today? What will you bring to light today? What candles will you blow out today? This just happens to be one on a calendar that coincides with something we're all familiar with. I would remind you that every day is your birthday. Every day is your birthday. On this side of the grass, it is a birthday. I love you tons. I am your birthday boy. I'll see y'all where?
At the next event.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
Oh, I was muted. I didn't realize I was muted. I was saying.
Love you all. Thank you. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace be with us.
Peace be with us on this day. And the queen of birthdays helping you unwrap your present called you, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss Lee, baby.
Boss Lee, we love you, girl. And the little white fluffy fluffies.
Gurgly, gurgly, gurgly.
Gurgly. All right, everybody, go have some fun today. Thank you for my birthday wishes. And yeah, we're 60. We'll have some fun today. Let's go make it count. Love you tons. See you all tomorrow, where I'll be a day older. Bye for now.
Love you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Louise.
Happy birthday.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Take care.